So if Western style democracy is not working in Africa, if it does not work in Africa, in most African countries it does not work. So if Western democracy does not work in Africa, I think it's time we begin to jettison that Western style democracy and look for our own, for what will work for us. In some parts, other parts of the world, I would say to some extent in the Middle East, in the Far East, this thing works for them. What do I mean by that? Whether the government is good to you or is not good to you, their economies, these countries, their economies is better than what we have in Africa. It's better than what we have in Africa, okay? So, I do understand most African countries being colonized by Western countries, Europeans especially. So after most of us got independence, a lot of African countries practice the American style democracy. Why is it not working in Africa? Why is it that in America, a corrupt politician can be held accountable? The president can be held accountable. Members of senators, members of government officials can be jailed. Why can't that happen in Nigeria? Why can't that happen in African countries? Is it that we copied this thing and then we just decide to inject our own backward, I don't know how to put it, things that don't work for us? So today, the reason why I'm making this video, there's an election, a state election. Like those of you non-Nigerians, Nigeria as a country has 36 states. So there are some off-season elections, and one of them took place on Saturday. So the way the election went, it was as if it was a general national election. Only one state. All the president's men were there because the president wanted his party to win the states. If his party wins the state, when it comes time for re-election, it's going to be the governor will be able to rig that state so that the president wins. They are not doing these things for the benefit of Nigerians. This particular state I'm talking about is Edo State, Edo State. I made a similar video on my previous channel 4 years ago when the present governor was elected. It was problems also. I'm going to link that video at the end of this video so that you will see that we have not moved an inch. Is it that democracy is a cause? Can African countries fashion out a system of government that works for them? We are not good at democracy. I'm sorry, as a Nigerian, this may offend some people. When we had military governments, military administrators, military dictators, as bad as they are, as bad as they were then, military dictators in Nigeria were better than the politicians we have today. I repeat, the military government we had were better at managing the country than the civilian administration we have today. When we had military dictators, most of the problems we have today existed then, but they were not this bad. We used to have long lines of cars trying to buy petrol. Then, now it has doubled. We used to have armed robbery, criminals. Now it has doubled. We used to have kidnappers. Even during the military administration, kidnapping was pretty much unheard of. When politicians came over, took power, kidnapping now in Nigeria is a business. It's a business. A lot of Nigerians, when they live abroad, when they visit Nigeria, they have to they don't go to some places. There are some people that when they travel to Nigeria, they don't even go to their villages. They stay in towns so that people from their village can come and visit them. Is that what we are as the giant of Africa? We cannot conduct a credible election. We cannot conduct ourselves properly. We cannot do anything as a... Oh God. So this election has passed. If you see the noise that the present administration is doing or we're making before the election, the president and his criminal men, what they were talking about before this election. At the end of the day, the average Nigerian, the average citizen of Nigeria does not benefits zero from what these people are doing. What is wrong with Nigeria and other African countries? Why is it that when a president is elected and he gets there, he tries to do the same, he tries to impoverish the people, he tries to take decisions alienating the people, becomes selfish, he surrounds himself with sycophants and yes men and people who don't do anything, contribute nothing to that country. So it's a shame. We are not going anywhere as a country. Nigerians, I'm talking to you. We are not going anywhere as a country. I know most of you sit down and pray. God is going to bless Nigeria. God is going to rescue Nigeria. God is going to do this. Please, stop being ridiculous, okay? God is not going to do anything for Nigerians, okay? God is not going to do anything for Nigeria. I've been saying this for a long time. As a human being, you can pray to God to guide you and protect you. He can do that. But he has given you responsibilities to take care of yourself. If you refuse to do that and wait for God to perform magic, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I just wanted to make a short video to let you guys know what is happening in Nigeria. The corruption when it comes to election, when it comes to electing a leader, electing a representative, somebody to represent us. We always elect the worst of us to go and represent us, and we never hold them responsible. You Nigerians, I keep telling you, look at Kenya. Kenyan citizens are holding the president accountable. It does not happen in Nigeria. It does not happen. You guys, Nigerians, you will come on my comment section and trash me for saying the truth. Things that you refuse to say, by the way. Things that you refuse to say. Alright guys, so at the end of this video, I'm ending now, but the second part, just keep watching and you will see the video I made last year about this same election, in this same state. We are not going anywhere. 2027 is coming, the re-election. Nigerians will stupidly go and elect the same government that has impoverished you. That has impoverished you to what you are today. I gotta go. Thank you guys for watching. Later. Alright guys, to you Nigerians and non-Nigerians, Edo State election is over and Obaseki has won. So normally when I talk politics on my channel, I focus on Nigeria as a country. I don't go to individual states, you know. But I've been fascinated by the hype surrounding the Edo election. And what I have to say is that Pastor Izeyamu does not have anybody to blame, cannot blame anybody at this moment. The only person he has to blame is Oshiomhole. Oshiomhole at some point in his life or at some point in his career as a public figure, he has always been I respected the guy. You know, I always saw him as somebody who came from nothing to become a labor leader, and to become a governor, and then finally to become the head of a major political party in Nigeria, which is APC. But why would you leave all that to come down to a state and then inject yourself as a godfather? Godfatherism in Nigeria needs to die. It needs to go. We don't need godfathers in Nigeria anymore. Make I come up for this place, okay? We don't need godfathers in Nigeria anymore, because the problem we have in Nigeria is that we have people who have tasted power over a period of time. They don't want to leave that position. They don't want to leave power. They want to stay in power forever. And then that has led to, we have quacks. People who don't deserve to lead anybody, who don't deserve to lead in any capacity in Nigeria. We have godfathers installing these people as leaders in strategic positions in Nigeria, which is why Nigeria is where it is today. The average guy, the average Nigerian guy is probably smarter than the people that are leading him. He's probably smarter than the governor, smarter than local government chairman and things like that. So, but the issue today is that the campaign, during the campaign, Obaseki and I've never heard him say, I am going to do this for you when I get into when I become your governor. He has never said, I'm going to do, I mean, not all these shallow promises, empty promises. He has never said anything that is going to do achievable promise. He has never said it during the campaign. So I listened to Obaseki. Obaseki said that I have done this for you. I have done this road. I've done this project. I've done this in 4 years. Here is what I'm going to do for you if you give me another 4 years. That is all Obaseki said. But you have Oshiomhole and Izeyamu. The only thing I heard them do is throw insults left and right, throw insults here and there. Now you have lost the election, Izeyamu. So I know you are going to like try to contest or go to court and all those things. You had the federal weight, the federal might, the weight of the federal government in your behind you. You still lost. And then this issue whereby these days in Nigeria, if there's going to be an election, Buhari will now send all these, Buhari will now send all these political thugs in the form of police in uniform. Buhari will now send these people to go into the, how can you, in Edo State, how can you send, how on earth can you send, is it how many police officers? Like, is it 3 or 4 police officers to a polling station? How can you do that? Now you have lost the election, and there is no way Izeyamu can come back again in any form. I understand that Obaseki, previously he was with APC, because he fell out with Oshiomhole. So he now had to go back, jump back, switch to PDP. That tells you something about Nigerians. Most Nigerians don't really care about political party. They care about the candidate. They care about what you are going to do. They care about what you have done if you have a track record. Izeyamu, if you had known, if you had brain, you wouldn't have allowed Oshiomhole to come and control you in Edo State. You would have, outlined your vision. Tell your people what you are going to do for them. but you failed in the basic, in the simplest way, the basic form of campaign. You failed. So the problem is that Oshiomhole now needs to go. Any other person in Nigeria that Oshiomhole jumps behind, that person should denounce Oshiomhole. Let Oshiomhole, the guy has made money, let him go and enjoy with his pretty wife. Let him go and enjoy with his wife, and let Nigerians govern themselves. Let Nigerians run the country. And I mean, this should be a wake-up call to all godfathers, political godfathers in Nigeria. We don't need godfathers in Nigeria. The main problem in Nigeria is that we have so many godfathers who install unqualified people in position of authority. I gotta go, man. All right, guys. Well, congratulations to Obaseki, and then Oshiomhole and is a Yamu. You can go and sit down somewhere and lick your wounds. All right, guys. Bye.